Hey guys, welcome back to part 2. I know this video is long overdue. I've been getting behind, but I will try my best. We are here at the reception now. Check out part 1 for the first part of the wedding.
Alright, can you guys scooch a little this way? Scoochy. There we go. Alright, that's perfect. Look at me, guys. Good. Look at each other. Smile. Good. I'm gonna get a bunch of them like that. Good. Anais, look at me. There we go. Nico, I want you to hold her. Hold her real tight now. There we go. Tell her how beautiful she is. Tell her how lucky you are. Look at each other. There we go. Go for a little peck, a little tiny peck. There we go. Whoa, whoa, is that tiny? There we go.
The day of the wedding is the day that I met this couple. They're super awesome, but they didn't get that added benefit of having an engagement session and getting to know how I'm gonna pose them. So this is all new to them, but they did really well, and I think I gave them really good instructions. Look at me, look at each other, kiss, walk, all that good stuff. This spot here was basically the only spot we can take photos at because it's shaded, because there's a background that's all that greenery. I know there's a building behind, but you can't see that.
You don't have to walk too much. In fact, just a tiny bit. And we'll do this 2 times. The first time we're doing it, you're looking at me the entire time, all 4 steps. And then the second time, you're not looking at me, okay? So right here, go for it. Walk normally, look at me. You can put your hand out of your pocket, just walk. Look at each other now. Good, one more time, let's go back. Just like that, that's good. Do me a favor, look that way for me, towards that way. And when I tell you to, look at me, okay? 1, 2, 3, go for it. There we go.
I realized I didn't have any GoPro footage of when I got the bride alone, but I make sure to get both of them alone for a few shots.
Yeah, they're the perfect flowers for me. Yeah, I was telling her how pretty they are. It's like the blue.
It's really beautiful.
Like, I really like the rusticness of it.
Yeah, all the tones fit.
Well, they look great on you. Let me just say. Okay, so we're ready for your ring shot. Oh, what do you have there? Did you win big?
Can you put it? It's for the.
It's for the drink.
Can you put that?
The drink.
So you did win big.
I did win big. We get to hand these out. Yeah.
Just like that.
Look at my rings.
She is a princess, but this guy's hair is so cool, man. I need like a photo shoot of him. Like, this is like, how does this even work? Right here, everybody. Big smile. Perfect. When I tell you to, give me something really funny, okay? And you know what? Keep it going, okay? 1, 2, 3, go. Everybody just laugh, hug, everybody. There we go. There we go. Strike a pose, everybody.
I have maybe an hour and a half worth of footage of me taking photos of all the people, and all you need to know is that I used that spot. I took photos of every single variety I could have. Here I need to take the detail shots, but it's tricky because everybody's already sitting down, and when we got there initially, these things were not set up, so we couldn't take a photo of them. So I find an empty table and I take a ton of shots of everything, the whole table, as much as I can without getting anybody in the back, which is tricky, but it's doable and you can do it, and that's what I end up doing a lot of the time. This can be resolved by having the stuff ready already, which is not always possible, or having a second shooter. But the easiest way would be to have everything ready. And there was no getting ready bridal prep here, so this is the time that I have with the rings, so I take advantage and of the nice light and find the nicest thing I could find, which is the bouquet that she's got, and take shots. Now it's time to get the reception shots. There's a mariachi going on here. I make sure to take photos of these guys. They're really good, and get a variety of photos for the couple, maybe even for the mariachi. They might like some too. For me, one of the important things is that I not just stand there not taking photos. I realize that they don't want a bunch of photos of the mariachi, but I am going to give them a good amount of them, and they're not all going to be from the same spot, standing in the same spot. I'm going to move around and get a variety of shots. So what's coming up next is the first dance. This is probably the most optimal conditions, really. There's open shade. You can see how blown out it is over there in the top part of the screen. Well, I'm trying not to direct my shots so high up like that so that it blows out on top, although it does look nice from time to time. This dance continues for about 3 minutes, so I'm gonna take some photos here because behind them is this nice greenery and I want that background to take these shots. But I have to rotate around them too because you don't want it to be just one background. And like I said before, many times, and you're probably tired of me hearing it, is I give variety. So sometimes the couple doesn't rotate very much, so I have to rotate, and that's what I'll do coming up. So you can see moving around, getting different angles. But now the mariachi's in the background, which isn't my favorite, but I already got plenty of the other shots with the greenery in the background. Now it's time to get some of this. And then if I hadn't moved, I would have missed those kisses.
Les agradecemos tanto los sacrificios por una cosa u otra. Desde las cosas no pasaron, ahora están. Cosa u otra, aquí estamos celebrando una cosa maravillosa que servirse.
Like I always do, I move around to get a variety of shots. I have my 70 to 200 lens, so I'm zooming in and out, getting a large variety. I know some people like to use primes all the time for their wedding, and prime lenses, for those of you that don't know, are lenses that don't zoom in and out, and those have such a nice quality to them. But I feel like my 70 to 200 lens is so good and it gives me such variety that it really does meet what I want it to do. It gives me variety and quality.
To my nephew, my godson, so walk him over.
So what's happening here is that this speech giver, he's having a hard time getting out the words, and I'm waiting for things to happen, but what actually does happen surprises me a little bit, but you have to be ready for those situations. And look, there's this emotion going on, this raw emotion. You have to capture it in a very photojournalistic but also artistic way. So I've used the 70 to 200 again. And look, this happened, the speech lasted all but 2 minutes. Make sure you get this right here, make sure. And it took me by surprise, but I was able to get it. So the rest of the night was speeches. There was no garter and bouquet toss. There was a lot of portraits afterwards, but this is really nice here. When the sun started setting, unfortunately I don't have GoPro footage of that, but I was able to use my lights, and I have multiple lights set up for that. I'll show you some of the pictures that I took so that you can see the kind of pictures we got. But this right here with the lighting, this, like, it's just beautiful. You can't go wrong with it. I couldn't have asked for anything more right here. It was just super easy to take the photos and super easy to edit them. You can see that the speech giver was in a different spot, so I'm using the most pleasing background I can. Here she's going to go ahead and hug her daughter, make sure you get this part here. Be prepared for it no matter what. This is probably the most important part of the speech, the hugs afterwards. So make sure you get that, okay guys? Alright guys, these are just some of the pictures that I took that day. They're going by really fast, but I want you to get a sense of the variety of photos. I mean, I just really took up random parts of the day and put them here. There's so many pictures, and there's so many more that you didn't see. I think there was over 1,000 pictures, and that's what I'm talking about. I give a lot of pictures, and I give a variety of pictures. I don't just give you some. I want to make sure you have a lot of great pictures. If you're the kind of person that doesn't want 1,000 pictures, I can do that for you too. I'll give you just the cream of the crop. But these are all, to me, the cream of the crop. I love these pictures.